Yeah.
Hi, Bobby.
How are you, babe? All right?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good, thank you. I'm doing good. Thank you so much for making the time to do this. You must be so busy at the minute.
Oh, not at all. My pleasure. Absolutely my pleasure. Yeah, they're weird times, but I've just been outside like you, clapping our carers.
Yeah.
And now, now back indoors and chatting to your lovely self. How you doing? You all right?
Do you know what I say? Yeah, I can't complain. Keeping well. Yeah, just trying to adjust to our new normal at the moment. It just feels like I
That's it.
think it feels like a bit of a film, doesn't it? It doesn't feel like this is our reality.
Yeah, and I think that's what a lot of people are coming to terms with, Bobby. You've hit the nail on the head. We've got to stop. We need to stop fighting it. We accept that this is our new normal for now. Just
Yeah.
adjust to it, embrace it, go with the flow, take each day as it comes. Because a lot of people are getting a lot of anxiety around it, and I get it. I get why. Their routines and norms have been thrown out the window, and their lives are turned upside down. What we need to do is just go with it. Like you said, adjust and do your best.
Yeah, because ultimately this is out of our control. We've got to kind of just sit back and think, you know what? The sooner we all do as we're told and we follow what we're being told to do, the sooner we're going to get through this the other side, and we will get through it.
That's exactly it. You know what? It's tough right now, and I know we keep banging on about telling people to stay indoors and not go outside unless you really, really have to. But it's so true. That is the most effective thing we can do right now to help.
Yeah.
And if we obey the rules right now, this is going to be a shorter lockdown. Otherwise, if we're slack about it, it's just going to go on for longer and longer. And like you said, it's not forever. You know, let's do it properly now. Let's get it over and done with. Let's get over the other side, and then let's have some parties.
100%. And like, sounds good to me. Like I say, you just touched me like the anxiety a lot of people are getting, which I guess is kind of even for people who aren't normally an anxiety sufferer, it's probably normal to be having them mixed emotions and feelings at the minute.
You're right. You're right. Anxiety is a normal human emotion. It's completely normal. Don't beat yourself up for feeling anxiety. It's your body's natural defense mechanism kicking in when it perceives that there's a threat. So anything that feels like a threat to you, it may be something tiny, it may just be everything that's going on right now. Your body will make you feel anxious, and you might get physical symptoms with it as well. That's a perfectly normal reaction to have. What we now need to do is, a lot of us that are getting it, recognize it, and then see if you can manage it. You know, let yourself feel what you're feeling. That's fine. Don't beat yourself up over it. Just process your feelings, process your emotions, and try your best to manage it. And that's the tricky part for everybody, I think, is just working out what works for you.
Yeah. Because I suppose every single person deals with it differently, don't they? Like, for me, I try and keep my mind busy by doing other things. So if that's cooking, baking, working out, I like training really helps my head. But I guess that's because you're then getting the endorphins after, which kind of then lift that mood up a little bit. I also sometimes, I don't think I've got it here. I take this, here. I just have little drops of this sometimes. And that kind of just helps me out a little bit. But I think one of the best things as well is just sitting back, going with it, and just concentrating on your breathing a little bit. Obviously, I'm not a doctor, so I'm not giving medical advice, disclaimer here. But honestly, breathing for me, because even just thinking about your breathing pattern can take your mind off what you're worrying about. Yeah,
absolutely. You're talking a bit, what you're kind of describing in a way is mindfulness. So mindfulness is in really, really simple terms, it's a way of it's actively relaxing and trying to calm your thoughts down and remove yourself from them a little bit and just focus on something else like your breathing or what your body is feeling. And that can be really helpful for people. Little things will help. Like you said, it's kind of depends what works for you, but little things will help. So try and establish a brand new routine if you can, because we're all going to need that. And routines are really important when we are in lockdown at home. Small victories mean a lot. So even little things that you can do that make you feel good, that make you feel like you've accomplished something, those are really, really powerful. And make sure, a lot of people will scrimp on this, but make sure you're trying to look after your sleep as much as possible. Because sleep is when our brains sort of recharge themselves, and that's how we cope with stress and anxiety and our emotions. And all of that stuff happens during our sleep. That's how we prepare ourselves. And exercise. I mean, I've made sure now that I'm trying to do as much as I can. And I've tried to do as much as I can indoors, because obviously we can only go outside for exercise once. So yesterday I did a Zumba class from my kitchen, and then I went for a run in the evening, and my legs are killing me at the moment. I was trying to clap for the carers because I had my phone in my hand like this. I was smacking my thigh, and every time I smacked my thigh, I let out little winks. I was like, oh! I'm cramping for carers over here.
Cramping, I love that. So are you currently still, like on call or still working at the moment through all this?
So I've never stopped working, really. I've always worked in the NHS. I work in A&E with children. And during these current times, I've basically stepped up that work. So I'm doing much more of it. One, because I've got more time, and two, because it is important. So I'm going to be on call this weekend. So I'm going to be on Saturday night, Sunday night. And it's going to be a lovely weekend outside, people. It's going to be lovely and hot. The weather's going to be great. The temptation is going to be there. Please don't go outside unless you really have to. If you're going to go out for exercise, which is fine, you are allowed to go out for exercise, but keep moving. That's the point. Try and keep your distance from other people, but you're going to inevitably end up passing people if you're going for a run and stuff. The important thing is just to keep moving. Don't sit and chill on a bench. Don't sunbathe.
Because that's what we're seeing a lot of photos of, aren't we? A lot of people just like in parks and fields sat there kind of all having a little drink. And like you say, the temptation's there. The sun's finally come out. You can get it. But ultimately, it really isn't going to help us get through this any quicker, is it?
No, it's going to... Because the thing is, if you do it, everybody else will think exactly the same. And then before you know it, we've got hundreds and hundreds of people doing it. And the condition is going to get worse and spread. And this lockdown is going to last longer. So please, do everyone on the front line a favour, because they're all putting themselves at risk for us. So stay indoors if you can. Let's get on top of this pandemic as quickly as possible. But yeah, no, I am still working. I'm loving working. I would never give it up. My NHS work is really important. I'm really honoured and privileged to be working amongst incredible people. These are people. So I work part-time in the NHS, and you know, even I feel a bit bad for doing that. But my colleagues who work full-time, they really, really work hard. And, you know, the fact that they're going in, some of them aren't able to stay with their families because they're at risk. Some of them have pulled extra shifts, even though they're full-time. Some of them are really going right into the lion's den and looking after some of the sickest patients. They're all making massive sacrifices for us. And all we have to do is stay at home.
That's what I mean. Like for me, I've said it since the NHS. I think sometimes they can get a bit of a hard stick sometimes, but ultimately, I wouldn't have a bad word said about the NHS. What they've done when my mum got cancer, you say, for me, the NHS as just like angels on this earth. Like, and the word thank you never feels enough. Do you know what I mean? Like, when you say thank you, you think, gosh, like you're out there, like you're risking yourself. You're not being with your families. Like you're having to isolate as well. And the little word thank you, but that's all we can do. And that's why it's going outside on a Thursday at 8 o'clock and clapping, all these little things, because there's only so much we can do. But to me, showing that gratitude back and appreciating what they are doing, like I say, all of you that work for the NHS, I just think you're incredible. And I think I guess the worrying thing, and with the anxiety we touched upon as well, I'm sure a lot of people watching this will know, there's been like voice notes being circulated on social media and stuff. And I think it's been confirmed they're like hoaxes or fake news.
Yeah.
And to not buy into, and don't keep forwarding them to people and spreading this kind of fear.
Yeah. There's lots of memes. There's lots of voice messages. There's pictures and stuff being circulated on messaging groups like WhatsApp. One thing I just want to make clear, they are all fake news. So please, as official as they might sound, please don't listen to them. Please don't share them, because some of them are really scaring people and making people's anxiety worse. The other thing I would like to say is that official information is seldom shared on Facebook or put out on Facebook, with the exception of some of the messages from Public Health England about people who have got long-term health problems may come to their WhatsApp. But other than that, we're not going to be putting out information on WhatsApp. The official information is going to be going on Public Health England's website, which is gov.uk, or the NHS website, which is nhs.uk. Go there for your official information. Don't go anywhere else. There's so much stuff going out around at the moment. It's really scary.
Yeah, it really is. And when people get into the loop and they think innocently they're helping people by notifying them, and that it just spreads so quick with the power of the way social media is now, and like you say, with your WhatsApps and other messaging services, it's like, and we're spreading a message that isn't even true. So to be putting that anxiety into people, if we all just kind of, if you receive something, listen to, well, the best thing would be to not even listen to it. There's a couple I've not even played them because I was like, I kind of already knew what they was going to be. If you don't play them, certainly don't be passing them on. That's going to help a little bit, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Have you seen a massive thing? Sorry, darling.
Sorry, love. Limiting your social media and the amount of exposure you have to social media will help with things like anxiety. And what I would say to people, use 1 or 2 sources of information. Have your 1 or 2 places that you will go for your updates, and don't listen to all the other noise that's there. Just have your trusted source and stick with that.
100%. Very, very good advice, babe. Would you say, from obviously working in the NHS and still working through all this, have you seen a massive increase in like patients and workload? Is it really, has it become as much as we're hearing on social media and stuff?
So we are seeing a lot of adults with coronavirus who are quite poorly. And that's why the message has been hammered in so many times to people: just stay home, stay home, stay home, and help us control it. So adults are coming in really, really sick, and they're coming in large numbers. And that's important to recognize. Fortunately, there's many, many more people out there in the community who don't get really sick. So that's really important to point out, that the vast majority of people with coronavirus won't get seriously sick, won't need to go to hospital, can stay at home and look after themselves. The group that are really, really lucky are children. Children we are hardly seeing at all, which is great. That's, you know, they are some of the most vulnerable people in society anyway. It's nice for a change that they're not, you know, affected as much as other groups. But one thing I will say to people, one thing that's becoming quite clear now, because we are just seeing so much coronavirus, people are staying away from GP surgeries, they're staying away from hospitals when they've got something else, and they really should be seeking medical attention. So we're not seeing as many people with heart attacks, we're not seeing as many people with strokes, we're not seeing as many people with serious infections. Where are all these people? The answer is they're sitting at home and they're either mistaking what they've got for coronavirus, or they're too scared to go to hospital, and you really do need to go. If you're sick and you're worried, pick up the phone. If you can't get through to somebody, go to your GP surgery. If you can't do that, go to A&E and get treated, particularly if you're worried and you're unwell. This is the big concern that myself and a lot of my colleagues have got at the moment, is that people aren't seeking help for other stuff. You're not going to get coronavirus if you go to hospital. You're not going to, that's not how it works. People are scared that they might pick it up if they have to go in. Actually, the infection control measures in hospital are really, really tight, and we have to be really careful. But absolutely, don't just start walking into A&Es willy-nilly for nothing. But please, please don't stay at home if you're sick and you're worried.
Definitely, that's really good advice, because like you say, it's really important to have work on and getting help for whatever could be going on as an underlying thing, which you're mistaking for the wrong thing.
Exactly. All those other things that we used to get in A&E, they will still be happening. It's not just all going to be coronavirus, but everything else has gone quiet, which is a little bit worrying to me. I just hope people are okay.
Yeah, definitely. Do you think there will be, and I'm sure there's already people in laboratories working on it now, do you think there will be some kind of vaccine for this moving forward at some point?
This is really interesting, actually. So there are a lot of people worldwide trying to come up with a vaccine. And there are already trials about to start on potential candidates for vaccines, which is amazing. However, it takes a really, really long time to get a vaccine out as something that we can use in the general population. So realistically, we're looking at least a year before we get a vaccine, I think. So we can't count on that. We really can't. What we need to be doing right now, we haven't got a year to wait. We can't be all isolated for a year. So the only thing we've got right now is to stay at home, socially distance, wash your hands, be careful around vulnerable people, that kind of stuff. That's what we've got to do. I'm hoping that by summer things will be significantly better, but that's only if everyone follows the rules.
Yeah. And by everyone following these rules and staying at home, you're confident we definitely will see some kind of decrease in these numbers.
Yeah. So obviously we've been in lockdown for about 2 weeks now. It's early days to say this, but we are starting to see a slowing down of the increase in cases we were getting. So we are still seeing more people getting it. We are still seeing more and more people dying from it. However, the rate of that increase has started to slow down. And we think this may just be the start of that going over the hill.
Fingers
like I said, it's early days. We're going to get days when it's a blip up and a blip down.
Yeah.
But the general pattern looks like it might be slowing down. So whatever we're doing is working. We just need to make sure we carry it on.
Definitely, definitely. Oh, thank you so much. You're an absolute star. Thank you so much for taking the time to jump in. I know you're a busy person.
Anytime.
Thank you to you and the rest of the NHS, because you are all angels.
Thank you very much. And thank you for doing stuff like this, because these ways of connecting with each other and connecting with the general public and doing something together is really, really important. And it's very much appreciated, and you're very much appreciated.
Thank you so much. I'll let you enjoy your evening. I hope your weekend goes okay at work.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Bye.
Bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.